I was going to say that I don't like cheaters. And so, and I don't know how you guys feel about this whole situation, but I don't like cheaters. And so I wanted to call out Lia Thomas. I wanted to encourage her to encourage him to transition from women's swimming into women's MMA, and then I'll transition to become a woman, and I'm going to beat that dude's ass. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to say, because it's all about getting the getting a little bit of shock value. But I mean, the world that we're living in is just there's no common sense anymore, and it's becoming a bit ridiculous. And obviously that's one of the big things that's always been in it's kind of going on now. And I just don't agree with men in women's sports, even the whole Fallon Fox thing, knocking, and the girls or guys that are fighting in women's MMA and knocking them out. It's like, it's a bad look.
Since we're on this topic, do you find it like, clearly, I mean, personally, I think when you're talking about a man transitioning into a woman's sport, when there's like a combat element, it just seems so much worse than, say, swimming, like you said.
100%.
Do you feel like there are any instances where it would make sense, or where it could
absolutely
be
not?
Okay.
No, I just fully believe. I mean, if you were, if you went through, male puberty, it's never gonna. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can give yourself to shrink your bones down. There's nothing you can do in that kind of sense. I mean, and the proof's in the pudding, right? Like you have, Mr. Thomas, who was, whatever he was ranked as a man, and then he's just beating all the women. Like it's obvious, it doesn't matter how much estrogen you're taking. And I think we're in obviously a gray area, but these gray areas are stupid to me because it's common sense. I'm not the smartest crayon in the box, but I could tell you, if I don't know anything about anything, I can still tell you that's unfair. Like in my opinion, people are gonna have their opinions and say what they want, but it's just something I strongly believe in. That, it's so funny to me that women will fight for their own spaces, and then they also fight for trans women to be in those spaces. And like, those are just men. Like, when is it gonna be where there's going to be, hundreds of men in like these sports, and then it just becomes another man sport? It's going to be like, it's so weird to me. I don't know. I mean, we could, dive into that can of worms all day, but yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Just two short ones over here. Obviously, congrats.